Hi, this is Stacia, and I'm about to play a training game on chess.com. So I was getting dangerously close to that 700 mark again, dropping, but I did manage to score a win my last game. So I'm sitting at 17-19. But it is Friday night. Happy Friday to those of you who are also watching this on a Friday. 'Cause I don't know when I'll post it. But I have an idea. Um, it's about 7:30 and I have my entire night ahead of me. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of play like a fake tournament. Okay, so I'm going to play 4 of these rapid games. Okay, I will analyze in between because I do enjoy that and I want to learn from my games. But let's see how I can do in 4 games. Now, this might go well and this might go horribly wrong. I don't know. But even if I lose the first 3, okay, I will stick to it and play out the last one, just like you should in a real tournament. Okay, got to learn to handle those emotions of losing and feeling frustrated. Got to learn to not go on tilt and stay steadfast and calm. So that would be my goal if I do, in fact, lose games. But let's hope for the best, right? Maybe I'll win them all. Doubtful. Okay, but let's go ahead and start. This will be game 1 of my, let's call it my Friday night practice tournament. Okay. I don't really want to play someone 1500, so I am going to abort this first one. I know that seems unfair, but I've noticed that I get pared down quite a lot. So if I accept them all, then I'll just end up playing people lower rated than me all the time. That's not a good way to gain rating points. Okay, 1692. That I can deal with. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play e5 against e4. And let's try to stay even on the clock, or maybe even get ahead on the clock. So knight c6. Okay, we've got a Roy Lopez. I like a6, the Morphy defense. Also the main move. And here we're going to go knight f6. I wonder if we're going to get a Marshall. No, we are not. d3. All right, this is going to be a Spanish torture position, most likely. That's what I call these maneuvering positions where you can get attacked. I think bishop c5 is my repertoire move, so I probably shouldn't think too hard about it. No, it isn't. I have to defend my pawn. Don't forget that. So maybe b5 is one way I could do it. I could also play d6. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and force the bishop to b3. And it's funny, I get these positions in Blitz all the time, and so I'm kind of familiar with them and stuff, but I actually don't have a repertoire against d3, so I'm kind of on my own already. I could play bishop c5, which is... if I do that, he can go bishop g5. So I'm kind of tempted to go... I might go h6 right now, but it feels a little slow to me. h6 castles, bishop c5, c3 castles. I just don't want... I want to make sure he doesn't get d4 super fast, but... All right, I don't really know this position, but I know that I sometimes get in trouble when I allow that pin. So I'm just going to stop the pin. It says Morphy defends Anderson variation. I still hate how chess.com shows that during the game. Show us after the game. Okay. Okay, that blocks everything up. So he's going to go knight f1 probably, is my guess. Knight f1, knight g3, the typical plan. So I probably do have time for bishop c5 in that case. So is that what I want to do? Bishop c5, knight f1, d6. I don't think I should ponder about these decisions too much. Let's save our time for critical moments. So I'm behind on the clock. That means I should play quickly if I can. So he might go castles, rook e1, knight f1, or he might go knight f1 right now. I am not committed. Yeah, so I'm guessing he's going to go rook e1, knight f1. With the pawn on b5, there's really no other place for that knight. Now I could castle or go d6. Probably d6 is the right move. d6, c3 castles. Is there d4? No. No, his knight's awkward on d2, blocking everything. So this is a pretty slow position so far. We're going to be maneuvering. Probably I'll castle kingside next. You know what? I could pin the knight, and I might do that. Could pin the knight. Bishop g4, h3, bishop h5. If he pushes his pawns, am I really all that unhappy about that? And d4, let's see. Is d4 a thing? He's got this protected by the knight. But no, I could just take stuff. So pin or castles? I think I'll pin because h3 will be next. So let's do this. This pin can be really annoying sometimes, but with c3 in, I'm not threatening knight d4. Yeah, and well, I could retreat back to e6, but that feels like a waste of a tempo then. So maybe bishop h5. Yeah, bishop h5, g4, I could think about sacrificing. I doubt it's good. And if bishop g6, knight h4, I do have bishop h7. I'm not going to weaken my kingside structure, so I am going to retreat here. And, okay, Stacia, come on. Let's, okay, my rook is defended, so I'm not so scared of this move. Probably I should castle, though. It's probably time to castle. Now, if I castle and he goes takes, and I take back, that pawn is a little loose. And if he takes, I take with the queen. So is the queen defending anything important? Not really. I think I'm just going to castle. I'm not so worried yet. Knight f1's coming. I'm kind of interested in this move. What about b5? Attack this pawn, which is defending this square, because maybe knight d4 will be possible in that case. What happens if I do this? I mean, he doesn't have to react to that, you know? Does not have to react to that. But if I do take here, what we get is an open B file. Is that good? Kind of like it. What other moves do I have to consider? I could try to go for a d5 myself, but right now this and this are on it. My pawn's defended awkwardly by the knight. Ooh, I also have this move. I could try this. Could try that. But it's not like it's the best move ever. And actually, could he go d4? Maybe he goes d4 there? I'm curious about this move. I kind of don't think it's best, but I'm curious about it. So I'm going to play it. If he takes, I will take with a bishop and reserve my knight for knight d4. Wow. So this pawn is pinned, by the way. He's probably trying to play me on the clock now, which is... What if I do this right now? What is the response? I mean, if here, this? I mean... Bishop here, rook b8. It looks really interesting. Is it good? I have no idea. I have no idea if that's good. Do I want to take? I'm assuming he'll take back. This pawn is weak, but so is my pawn. Looks kind of evenish. Rook b8. The bishop's defended. Doesn't seem like the best thing ever. What about knight e7, knight g6? No, because my bishop's there. Knight e7 will be ready to capture a knight on f5, though. So this move is probably bad. All right, let's... Spending so much time is a thing. You know, I kind of like the fact that after rook b8, I can meet knight g3 with bishop takes knight. And if he doesn't want to take with a pawn, then that's bad for him, right? So this undefends this pawn. Is that a problem? I don't think so. Do not think so. There's bishop c4, but maybe just a5. And if he goes, maybe he is going to do that. What about queen c8? Let's just defend the pawn and maybe go knight a5. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. Yeah, he's playing me on the clock. A lot of these players do this. It's valid, you know? It's probably what I should learn to do as well. So do I retreat my bishop is a question. I don't think I want to take on f3. No, I don't think so. So here, here, here. I can take something if it arrives on that square. Let's just do this. I gotta play a little faster. It's definitely annoying. Okay, he did come in. Makes sense. Yeah, and now knight e7 isn't possible, so that's kind of annoying. And it looks like he might attack me quickly now. I'm a little scared. Okay, what should I do? Rook e8 to play knight e7. I think, if I do this, this might be a thing, right? He might take. Takes, check. Here. Check. That looks very bad for me, actually. Very bad for me. So what should I do? I can't help to feel like I've misplayed this. Like, badly. And, like, how is it that my opponents play instantly every move and play the best moves? Like, I mean, I don't know if he played the best moves, but they look pretty good. Like, I'm in a bad position. Like, am I really that bad at chess? Like, what is happening here? All right, well, I can go d5, but I don't have it supported enough. So takes, check. No, I don't like that. What should I do? God, I do not like this. I think he's definitely going to sack on h6. I really do feel that way. And I don't know how to defend. I could take once, take the knight. He comes in with the other knight. That seems like the wrong idea, though, doesn't it? Maybe king h7 there. I feel like I'm going to get killed. I really do. I'm thinking king h7. I never solved the problem with this knight, and it's going to come to get me, I think. All right, if I go king h7, does it stop the sacrifice? I don't know. King h7 takes. Queen f3. Okay, queen f3 first. If g6, he takes on h6. What about knight d8? Knight d8, d4. My God, I don't know what to do at all. It kind of looks like he can take on h6 and then take my knight. So this knight actually needs to be defended, which is unfortunate. Not sure how I should defend it. Jeez. I'm probably losing. Pretty sure I'm just getting crushed. This looks very bad to me. how do I defend this knight? I have no idea. I think this move's wrong, but I think I'm going to play it, though. I might try for g6, maybe. No, g6 is... I might actually go knight a5, even though I'm a little worried about my king side. Because this knight needs to do something, and if it can at least attack that bishop, man. Okay, well, let's try to win, you know. Game is not over yet. He might try to play quickly and make a mistake. I should be looking at the attacks, right? So h6 is pretty well guarded now. If the queen tries to come to f5, my queen's guarding. What I want to happen is knight a5, like bishop a2, knight b3. That's what I want, because then I'll be trading something off for this bad knight. Also, king h7 did unpin this pawn. That's good. At the same time, I still have a pin. That might come in handy. If I ever want to go d5, this pawn is undefended. I mean, once I move my knight, I mean. But it's not attacked. Just observing things. What's the best move for white? I mean, he could try rook e3. I think that's an idea. Queen h5. I wonder if I could go g6. No, I bet that loses. I only have h6 defended twice without the g-pawn, so... You know, I didn't even think about this, but I actually could go knight e7 now. The knight on g8 guards e7. If he takes, I take back. He takes on h6, g takes. That might be okay, actually. I don't... But I'm definitely scared. But once again, like, the worst thing about this right now is that I have 2 minutes on the clock. So he did go with that. So is there an immediate threat? There kind of is. He could take here. He could definitely take there. So if knight a5, I think bishop takes f7. Can I go f6? g6, I think he would take here. Oh, he really can't, can he? Maybe g6 is possible. g6. Because if knight takes, I take the queen. And g6, if he goes check, I take. If he goes here, I take. Well, I don't have a lot of options. So if I get checkmated, so be it. So what should white do? Kind of looks like they got to move their queen. And then can I take that knight? God, maybe I can. This might actually be... Feels like things are turning around a little. So maybe they are. Let's find out. So if I take, he's going to take with a pawn. Okay. Knight c to e7 is what I'm thinking. Play quickly, right? Okay, I'm attacking that again. That pawn. Let's pin to a queen trade. Why can't I take the pawn? Maybe I'll take with a queen, right? Or should I take with a knight? Knight seems iffy, so I'm going to take this way. I've got pressure here, too. This is on the menu now. Wow, I think we're surviving this somehow. I'm not sure what happened, but I don't think you should have allowed the g6 fork. But who cares? Let's win, right? 1 minute left. He could play rook e4. That's a move. I think rook e4, I'll go knight g6. He wants to take the knight on e7. Okay. But then I take on f2, right? With a bishop, I would say yes. Oh my God, I was about to say, do me a favor and resign. He did. Wow, you guys. I feel like I got outplayed, and then suddenly the attack, he misplayed the attack, I guess. But also, I'm very disappointed with my time management. But let's think about that for a second. I mean, this is not uncommon for this to happen to me. I think it's because I think of a rapid game as a game to think and to analyze and to take my time. But I don't think everyone does feel that way. So clearly a player like Shakal, he thinks of it more as a blitz game where if he gets a certain position, he'll use some time to think. But otherwise, he just plays the first thing he sees quickly, which I can play that way. I have a decent blitz rating. It's not great. So that is something for me to keep in mind. I've got to keep that in mind to play these games like blitz games. All right, so let's analyze this first one. 3 more to go and started with a win. So that's a good start. Went up to 1727. So that's great. Okay. Let's make some conclusions ourselves really quick. This all seemed good to me. I have a feeling that b4 is not the correct plan here. I just thought it looked interesting. I mean, he shouldn't take it, but he didn't take it. So it seems like a pointless move. Giving up the c4 square, which he does take soon, right now. Yeah, and like this should look pretty obvious to me. I did see this coming, but I guess what I underestimated is that I don't really have time. I didn't have time to like comfortably push a5, which is what I planned. So that's why I call these the Spanish torture positions, because white starts their kingside play and I get really scared. I don't know if this move is right. I'll be curious to see. Kind of doubt it. Kind of doubt it. Probably we should leave the knight here. King h7 I like in hindsight, but I don't know what the computer will say. Yeah, knight g8. What's the saying? A knight on g8 and there is no mate? No, I'm just kidding. It's knight on f8. So I missed it by a square. But this knight did play a role. He helped get my c6 knight back in the game. All this turned out good. So, all right, if I had to guess, I'm going to say queen h5 was a blunder because he really can't allow this g6 move. I think he was intending to take on h6. That's what I think. But instead he lost a piece and then lost f2 and lost a rook. So, okay. So we have our conclusions. Let's now look with the engine and see. Okay, it switched tabs. Do you guys still see this? Yeah, you do. Good. Very good. Maybe I can make this bigger for you. Does it look a little better? Let's not care about his time. Let's care about my time. Oh yeah, and I'll do this. This is much better, isn't it? Let's do this. Wow, look at the graph. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So I didn't play a good game of chess here. Although the computer says only one mistake, 2 inaccuracies, and yet I only had 67.9. Okay. Okay, this is all theory. Now d3 is a move that I face, but I don't really know what Jan Gustafsson says about it. I know that I have to defend my e-pawn. So let's take a look at the opening book. Where is it? Oh, I have to go to analysis. Sorry about that. I still don't know where it is. Oh, this. Okay. So d6 is the main move, allowing the c6 knight to be pinned, I guess. So, yeah, because we don't have to worry about this pin. We can play b5 whenever we want. I really don't think they want to take. Okay, it probably is a move. It is a move. And actually, white scores well in it. But what they normally do is c3. And then we go g6. Wow. Okay, this is a new one for me. I did not think about g6 whatsoever. Like, why am I doing this? Well, it's probably because things get awkward. But okay. I'm going to go with whatever Jan Gustafsson recommends. That's what I'll do. All right. Now, in this position, I did play h6. Looks like I should play bishop e7. Bishop c5 is possible. Now, if you play this, they'll probably pin you, right? No, not yet. They castle. Probably we castle. No, we play d6. Now, will they pin? No, not yet. c3. I'm kind of surprised that they don't want to pin. So this line goes like this. Did they pin me finally? No, queen e2. And then we stop the pin. Okay, what if we don't stop the pin and we play this move? Okay, they finally pin us. So I have a feeling I'm missing some nuances in this position, which is not surprising to me. I haven't seriously studied positions like these. I just play them in blitz games. So that's not the best way to learn by any means. Okay, in the game, we are now in an original position. Okay, so computer does want bishop c5, which I played. This part I kind of knew what to do. Yeah, I thought I should pin here. I could also just castle or bishop b6, which I did not consider. But that's usually a move you play to take the sting out of d4. So does that mean he could have played d4 after this? Wow, it wants me to go back to d7. I am surprised about that. You know what? I like that idea because you're saying it's not a waste of a tempo because now you gave me a hook and I can maybe sacrifice there later. And so I'm going to keep my bishop, and I guess this move's also good. Yeah, and I guess since we provoked h3, but now the bishop's gone, that's not so bad, I guess. Okay. So in the game here, a4 was played, which is a good move. Why does white play a4? That's the question I have. I guess because my knight's on c6 and my b-pawn is weak. I mean, I don't see how he's going to attack it necessarily. Maybe it just grabs space. That could be the idea. I can't really take it because then bishop a4. Pinning the knight. That looks really awful. So I castled. All right. So computer doesn't love that. It says g4 could be played. Let's look at that for a minute. Now I knew that the sacrifices are off, and that's just because the knight's guarding this knight. So it's not going to create like a really annoying pin. It would only be somewhat annoying. They could just go queen e1 and be fine. So in this position we would go here. And then it does say knight h4. I want to look at that move. Knight h4, bishop h7, and now it says a takes b5. Okay, I would take back. Takes. And knight d to f3. And white is a lot better. Okay, why is white a lot better? I think because I don't have many pieces by my king. And all of white's pieces are doing something. So the attack is real. And I should watch out for positions like this. Okay. In the actual game, I castled and he went rook e1. White has a slight edge here. Wow, it likes this move. Okay, but not that much. Computer actually is giving 3 other moves instead of b4. This is like a position where I should make a flashcard, I think. So that I know the correct ideas here. So knight a5 would attack the bishop. I assumed he would go to c2. So what's the idea there? Now b4. Which is weird because my whole idea was put the knight here. Okay, if he takes now, we take this way. The knight is pinned. This knight is pinned. Okay, I understand why that's good. What if he doesn't take and he goes d4? If he goes d4, we take on c3. And that comes with tempo. Now we're on the rook. That's going to be a check also. He probably needs to take it. Now the knight's attacked. But no worries. I mean, I would jump in here. Computer gives bishop takes f3. But knight c6 is best. We are going to come back to the square. Okay, Sometimes I feel like I know nothing about chess. All right, so we looked at knight a5. That's good enough for me. That was a better move. This move, knight f1, take, take. Rook b8 is good here. Okay, so queen c8 is not best. Well, how should I defend my pawn? I thought about a5, but then he'll go bishop b5, right? So I didn't want to do that. Let's see if that's correct. No, it says knight g3. If this, I just go knight e7. I guess that's fine. It's probably fine because maybe the bishop's a little weird here. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm going to go c6. Okay, I didn't see this idea, but I should see that. So we actually can go a5, but that's not the best move. We should go knight to a5. Yeah, here we probably have c6. Wow, it says black's winning now. What? Oh, what am I talking about? I can't go there. There's a pawn. That doesn't bode well for my following games, does it? All right, so he has to do something else. I would expect maybe bishop a2. And then what? I guess here, we're going to take this knight. Wow. Are we going to take the knight and go knight b3? We are. Huh. Because they kind of have to move the rook. And then I can take the bishop if I want to. Yeah, this looks counterintuitive when you first see it, I think. Because the bishop's on the starting square. But this bishop's actually quite good right where it is. So taking it is kind of a good idea. Plus, this was our bad knight that we kind of got into the game, and it's going to take a bishop, so I do agree with this plan. I like it. Okay, now I have to use the bathroom, so let's try to get through this, right? So here, this move, I should go here. It doesn't like that move? Oh my gosh. Probably wants knight e7, right? Knight e7. No, king h7. Wow. And if they take, we do this. How's that for a castle? Yeah, but this actually does make sense, doesn't it? Look at the rook now. Don't forget about our bishop. So that's looking pretty nice. There's no knight h5 anymore. There's no knight f5 anymore. What a cool idea. I love this idea. How cool is that? I'm actually going to save this moment. You guys know I make flashcards. I probably shouldn't make more than one for a training game. Ah, I don't want you to see my personal notes. Too late, right? All right, pull this. No, not this. Too late. I hope it doesn't say anything terrible in there. Just embarrassing is what I mean. I'm sure it's all fine. Okay. If I learn a new idea that I like, then that is a great thing to make a flashcard of. So I love this move, king h7. I think it's really cool. It's counterintuitive, but the idea of having the pawn on g6 and opening the rook, I think that is really good. So, okay, anyway. I did take there. It hates knight g8. Wow. So white is winning if they find queen g3. Yeah, that makes sense. Look, how do I defend that? I would have to do this, but now they sacrifice. Okay, I would take queen h4, attacking the knight. I don't have a way to defend the knight, so all is lost. Well, that's another thing I should look at. I just said I shouldn't do 2, but I actually really like this moment because I should see this before I play knight g8 is my reasoning with this one. Okay, let's hurry up. I think I've learned a lot from this game, but let's get through the rest. I'm just gonna click key moments. Okay, that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so knight g8 is bad because of queen g3. And then if I go g6, they actually can take, and then after queen f4. Yeah, I guess that's kind of hard to see, but I should see ideas like that, though. So instead of this, what should we play? That's a good question. Very good question. There's no knight e7. I did not know what to do here, if you recall. I wonder if I should just go like... Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe g4. Can I go g4? That would leave the knight on f5 forever. g6 seems like suicide to me. Am I wrong? I don't know what to do in this position. I really don't. Come on, computer. You can do it. Come on. My God, it's taking a long time. Wow. I guess it changed its mind about this move. It's excellent, but look, white's still winning. So what are we supposed to play? Oh, God, that move? I mean, I would expect them... They could take a pawn at the very least. I'm going to be way worse here. Like, that's not just any pawn because this becomes a pass pawn. Then white has pressure on the king side and the queen side. Like, I can't play that move. So I guess g6 is better. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, and this fork changed the game. That's what I said. So, you know, white had a very nice position, and they just misplayed the attack. They especially could have won against knight g8. So, all right. Well, I guess we're done with this one. Really cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to the next game, which I'm going to play shortly. But for you guys, it will be tomorrow. So I'll see you soon. All right, bye.